Hello, this is the My Artifact episode number 3635. Today's date is October 10, 2025. It's been almost like a morning at 7:31 a.m. Yesterday, I was recording my artifact, but I didn't really record the artifact the way that I used to record artifact. Yesterday I was not really well, not from kind of like a physical point of perspective, but from mental point of perspective. Usually, like yesterday I was a little bit broke. I'm not really sure how do I supposed to say broke. I'm losing my follower from last month. I'm starting getting kind of like a losing, like basically I'm always getting losing a follower, but is this thing that he usually I get new follower too. Yeah, so my number is somewhat something. Okay, let me tell you one thing. Okay, yeah. 1st of January 2025, beginning of this year, my channel was booming, legitly booming, like getting almost like a millions of views and kind of like a something. The followers are rapidly increased. I was like, boy, okay. Before this year started, I have almost like a 400, 500 follower. Okay, yeah. But soon as this my one video went really viral and on Instagram platform, and suddenly I'm getting massive boom from 400, 500 follower to directly went to 1000, 2000, 3000, 4000. Like basically every day I'm getting almost like a 1000 new follower. I was like, boy, okay. Almost like a till the end of January I'm getting almost like a 10,000 follower, which is like a really massive. Okay, I never really thought that it's getting. And then after that, just 10, then 12, and then 13,000 follower. 12,000 follower, yeah. Basically, I'm getting almost like a 12,000 follower very rapidly, and then after that, I'm kind of like only getting my follower very slow from beginning of the March, April, May, June, July, August. Okay, yeah. I'm getting almost like a consistent amount of almost like a maybe 100 follower per month and stuff like that. But September and this month is October is very different. I don't know why, but somehow I'm losing follower. Okay, yeah. From like basically I reached to the 13,000 follower, then 12,900, and right now 12,800. Yeah. Last month I lose almost like a 103 follower, and probably this month I might gonna lose more. Till now I have lose almost like a this October is the 10th of October, and till now I lose almost like a 42 follower. So probably might be till the end of October I might gonna lose almost like a maybe 200 follower again. So probably my entire count of Instagram follower is probably 12,700 or 600 probably. Yeah. Is it affecting you? Like, yeah, it is somewhat affecting me. Yeah, I'm kind of like simply figure it out ki why does people are like unfollow me, like did I make any kind of like a mistake, or did I like basically I'm creating the same kind of like a content that people loves it, but some people didn't really love it. Probably that's why I'm kind of like simply losing follower. Why, if you unfollow somebody, tell me the reason why you unfollow somebody. Like if you unfollow someone, what is actually reason? if I unfollow somebody is because of that ki the content that he was kind of like making, that I am not really like a like basically it's I'm not really close with that content, or I didn't really like the content. Like basically I don't want this content shown in my home feed. One reason. Another reason is that ki probably that person is kind of like a somebody showing, or kind of like a somebody creating, or kind of like a somebody like a like Instagram is kind of like a somebody recommend his content more and more, and I don't want to see his content more and more. Another reason. And third reason is that that piece of content is little bit of kind of like a simply like a porn and things like basically naked and stuff like that, and I wanted to protect myself from this naked and stuff like that. So these are the three reasons that I might unfollow somebody. Okay, yeah, three reason. Now, as a creator, you have to ask this question to yourself that am I like, is my piece of content creation is good for everybody or not, or what? How do I supposed to tell that stuff, dude? Okay, yeah. A content creation is that you have to create the content. Obviously, you are not making content for everybody, right? Some people like it, some people didn't really like it. Okay, yeah. So it doesn't mean that you shouldn't supposed to make a content. No, you have to make a content. Okay, yeah. Another thing is that people might get bored, or people don't really like the content. That is also okay. Yeah, because I'm talking about a kind of like a only piece of content that you are creating every single day. Like some people like it at first, but then after that people don't really like it, and that is true. So yeah, what I'm trying to tell you is this thing. And also my content is not a kind of like a naked and porn and things like that. I'm not a girl. Okay, yeah. So what I'm trying to tell you is this thing that the content that you are making, there is no wrong at all. Probably in the execution might be wrong, or kind of like a something that the methodology that you are kind of like a creating content might be a something really wrong. You have to work on that. But your piece of content is not a wrong. No. You need a kind of like a some upgrade regarding about how do you supposed to execute, and you have to do that stuff. Okay, yeah. And I know you will. But don't really kind of like simply demotivate yourself that like what's wrong in your content, because I also feel that same thing. Like basically is this thing, I kind of like simply established multiple YouTube channel. Okay, I started YouTube in the August 2021, and I kind of like simply work on three genre. Like basically this is the third genre. Okay, photography and graphic designing, this is my third genre. My first genre, like I was actually making a content regarding about travel filmmaking and things like that. I failed because of that I wasn't able to create the content. Because of that I don't really have that much amount of money to go somewhere and things, and that I realized that gaming content creation might be kind of like something really easy way to create the content. Because of that I don't really have to go anybody at all, anywhere at all, and most of the content I created in my laptop. But I realized that gaming content creation is not the kind of like content creation that you are. It really required a personality, and I don't really have that personality as a gamer and things like that. So no. So I fail in kind of like a two piece of genre in content creation. And then after that I'm kind of like a somebody accidentally or somehow I creating this piece of content that not only I love it, but as also my audience love it too. And I wanted to create this piece of content more, and I wanted to kind of like replicate my identity with this piece of content, not gaming, not as a filmmaking. Like I love filmmaking, I want to do a filmmaker, yes, but still is this thing that the reason for not pursuing as a filmmaking content creation is required money, and I don't really have any kind of like money and stuff like that. Okay, but what is actually really essential thing that really required to create the piece of content? What exactly is this thing? I think that believe. You have to believe in yourself that ki you are doing right. You are kind of like a simply making the content for the right reason, for you, for better you. And that is somewhat something I'm lagging behind. That ki why my belief is kind of like a broken is because of that ki nobody is actually believing me that I would become this kind of like a person that I want to become. My parents don't really think that. There is nobody probably. Like I never really kind of like actually mention anyone, but still is this thing that ki I I just I don't know how to do it. Yeah. Like I didn't really kind of like somebody found like any kind of like a person who kind of like says this thing that ki dude, the content that you are making is really good and you have to be keep up and things like. By the way, the couple of people from Instagram, they are kind of like somebody giving the comment that ki yeah, the your content is really good and stuff and really great and stuff like that, just keep it up. But this is a kind of like a somebody third person interaction. Okay, yeah, like basically it's just saying if I get a kind of like a person, a live person who kind of like actually mention that ki dude, the work that you are doing is really good and really great, you just have to do it. I don't really say it because it kind of like doesn't matter to me now. So, and another thing, this is the one thing. Another thing is that ki time, I am 32 and I started this content creation in August 2021. Today is the 2025. It's been almost like a basically 5 year. Yeah, 5 year, and I fail in lot of stuff. Yeah. Sometimes I just sometimes when I wake up early in morning, I kind of like really question myself that ki, am I the pathetic loser? Am I be kind of like living my entire life with my family or what? I just like basically I have a lot of ambitions. I have a lot of goals. I wanted to achieve this, achieve that. But sometimes I just feel like that ki these are kind of like a false promise to myself or what? Because I'm putting a lot of effort in every possible way, but it doesn't any work that all. Nothing, and I'm feel like failure. Those are all those things are responsible for kind of like somebody broken up my belief and things like that. No, I'm not like I'm not in that particular stage where I kind of like broke my all my belief. No, nothing like at all. But still, it kind of like a hurt at somebody and stuff like that. So yesterday I was like a very like a very like I don't know why, what should I supposed to say. I don't really feel not good because of that na ki when you see a kind of like say losing of followers numbers, there is some sort of stress is actually came inside of your head. Like let me tell you one thing now ki what I was thinking about my life, what would be. Okay, yeah. So in 2015 na, okay, yeah, 2015 I started recording Artifact, and I also kind of like simply mentioned myself that ki next year I might gonna kind of like go to the Bombay and kind of like something that ki I would become a filmmaker or stuff and stuff like that, because I wrote the kind of like simply movie script regarding about binary code, and I thought that ki if I kind of like simply present my script to the Devgan production house, okay, yeah, Ajay Devgan production house, then I might kind of like something get a chances to work on film industry and stuff like that. So I thought that ki in 2016 my life would be changed, but it didn't really happen. In 2017 I try again, didn't really happen. 18 I kind of like something decided that my life would be changed, nothing really happened. My life is kind of like a simple change at somewhere when I kind of like got a job. I went to Nagpur and kind of like started doing my job. Okay, yeah, and I thought that ki my life would be changed because I thought that ki okay, like basically I cannot able to go into the Bombay in direct way, so I would go into indirect way, like basically I would do a job, get experience, shift myself to the Bombay, and probably simultaneously while I was doing a job, I will kind of like do the filmmaking. I thought that didn't really work out. Then I realized that ki, like basically is this thing, what exactly is this thing? I just have to shift my job. So I started learning design courses, AutoCAD, Creo, Katia. I kind of like do this thing for almost like 8 months. Then after that, I got a job in kind of like a design field, and I thought that ki, my life would be changed because this is the kind of like a perfect job for me, and I think that ki, I am kind of like right where I belong. But soon as I started this job, I also realized that ki, I was in the wrong place. I was not like a, I'm not really kind of like simply loving my job. I just dying every single day. But still, because of money is a kind of like a something that you stop asking question yourself, and when you get the money, you are kind of like consider that satisfied. I'm getting in my comfort zone, and probably this might be a kind of like a simply very wrong thing is actually happened. COVID happened, lost my job, came home, and I kind of like asked question to myself, what is exactly me? What is exactly my purpose of living on this planet and stuff like that? I strongly believe that I have to do the work that I love. YouTube is the only way that kind of like a something found me that okay, I should supposed to be execute my thought process, execute. I feel like that key YouTube is a kind of like a profession that I might gonna enjoy and things like that. But when I started YouTube, it also another hassle up as a content or things or that. By the way, I love making content on YouTube too, but the process is bitterly long and it really required a lot of patience. Life is there is nothing really anything easy at all. Even if you say you love your work, and when you started doing a work, you love your work too, but there is another thing is actually came the responsibility and things. By the way, if I'm kind of like say that ki, I'm not really kind of like a blaming myself that I'm doing YouTube or kind of like I'm doing something wrong or things like that. No, I am blaming a time. Because let me tell you one thing, most of the people started YouTube at the early stage of their career, like in 20s or in kind of like early 20s. Okay, yeah. I started my YouTube career at late 20s, like at 27, yeah, 28. I started my YouTube career. 28. And that is really fucked up shit. Because I don't know, yeah, I'm just feel like lost. I'm just feel like I don't know. What is actually one thing that I have to do is that just just create the content, dude. Yeah, don't really think about all the stuff. Don't really think about the losses and losing the follower and things and that and that. Probably what you have to do is that you cannot control them, no? You cannot control the losing the follower. You cannot control the things and that. You believe that the path that you choose is kind of like a lead to the right way. You believe that, no? Yes, I believe. And you are kind of like a believe that path that you chose is right. Yeah. That's it. Just do it. Sometimes na you just kind of like a take a leap of faith. Probably. You might gonna end up at somewhere at something. Or maybe kind of like a getting something. I don't know. Yes, my belief is broken at the moment. I'm 32. I'm living with my parents. Every day I wake up, I ask my question that ki, what the fuck is this thing, dude? Do I what? Do I can I kind of like simply live with my parents for rest of the life or what? Because my parents are actually losing hope in myself too, and I actually seen them. I actually seen the lose hope in their eyes. I can't say to them, I can't talk to them. I'm not expecting any kind of like some external validation. No, I am not. I'm just, I don't know what I'm expecting. Sometimes I just, some, I just need only one person who says this thing that ki, I believe in you. That the besides me, yeah, like I know myself that I'm kind of like I started believing myself. I'm kind of like really pushing myself forward, but I need only one person who kind of like says this thing to me that ki, dude, the stuff that you are doing is right, is good for you. Just do it. I didn't really found that any kind of like a person, and like basically I'm getting a lot of criticism regarding about the choices that I'm doing right now. This YouTube and Instagram and things and that. Everyone is kind of like a simply mentioned that ki, like when you will gonna earn money or things like that. I don't know. I think that na is it's a kind of like a simply hustle right now. You are putting effort every single day, but doesn't happen. Nothing really. You just put so effort that you might gonna change your life, but whatever. I should supposed to be in here. Okay, this is it. This then. Thank you.